the apartment upstairs again because the other people probably did something or trashed it. So I have to listen to renovations again. More banging on my head and shit, bro. It's not their fault. I'm just making a point of all the shit I deal with. So maybe they won't make noise. Let's see what happens to me all day, okay? I'm gonna leave this go, pointing at the window. And you guys can all tell me if I'm a paranoid idiot. Earlier they were dropping things on my head, but I didn't have my camera going. So, yeah. There's no point even talking about it. I didn't have my camera going. I just want to compare the amount of noise I make to the amount of shit done to me in my life. By my job, my family, where I live, people in my neighborhood. It's like a joke, bro. I think they all think it's funny. I don't think it's funny when I'm the one going through all of it. I literally think they're just trying to annoy me until I move or something so they can raise the rent by like hundreds of dollars every month. Okay, it's annoying, bro. I'm gonna prove all this shit in court. I want a bunch of my money back. I lived here for long enough and got bothered enough by people that like I don't want to deal with it no more. They turn my hot water so hot it like burns my fucking skin off almost. It's like on purpose, man. Just so I tell them about it so they have to come in here and look at my fucking shit or something. I'm pretty sure you could turn it up from behind my wall. There's like a room behind this apartment. So I don't know who did it, but it's definitely hotter than when I moved in here. By like mass. I'm not going to say nothing because I shouldn't have to deal with my water being so hot that it burns my skin off my hands. I'm just trying to be a reasonable adult, you know? If someone cranks my hot water full, it's going to cost me more on my bills. Because then I'm going to have to constantly be adjusting the water because it's going to be burning me. It could burn me during a shower. If I had a kid come here that's related to me, like one of my brother's kids, they could burn themselves if they want to use my shower. My mom could burn her hand in my kitchen. Am I supposed to say something about it, or that shit never happened to me, correct? It wasn't that hot when I moved here, bro. It kept progressively getting hotter or something. Like someone's messing with me. And I'm just being paranoid. People think I'm a paranoid, schizophrenic, multi-personality, bipolar weirdo. With a security guard license. See how funny that is? I think some people in the neighborhood think I just wear that coat around and I'm not even a security guard, that I'm a weirdo. But that coat I wear, I'd have to give it back to this company or they send the cops after me. I'm not even lying, bro. I'm not allowed to have that coat unless I work for the guy. Or they'll come like looking for me. I have to pay them a uniform rental off every one of my paychecks to have that coat. And then when I don't work there, they get the coat back. See, I'm even paying for my work security jacket. Like 5 times over. The people that lived up there before all this, like, now obviously they have to do stuff up there. I don't care, but they were crazy, bro. They were driving me nuts, like, every fucking day. Their kids were doing shit to me. You know, when people do that to you and you complain about them, you end up looking like the weirdo, you know? And if you get mad at people, people say you have, like, you're a weirdo. Because you get mad at somebody for fucking doing shit to you all the time. Like, man, I can't make this up. I had a e-bike. I have to park it outside because I have no money. I'm an idiot. And the super is nice enough to let me park it out there. These people had this old shitty air conditioner that dripped like 5 times normal water. And it was all rusty. And I read online it can cause skin diseases and shit on you. And my face went all red under my eyes and my arm. And I had like all these marks on me because it was dripping on the tarp that was covering my charger for my bike. And then every time I was touching that, I was probably getting it on myself, you know? And then it was dripping on me sometimes. And the guy would try to spit on my bike all the time. I'd see him out my window, like spitting off his balcony towards my electrical scooter, trying to get it on my seat. And they'd flick all their butts out there. There's like 50 butts out there, bro. Their kid would put like shit by my bike, trying to fuck with it all the time. He'd put his big ball touching my front tire. They put balloons by my bike once. They put like a fence spike behind my tire. I can't prove none of this shit, but his fucking bike was right by my bike. That's what they did too. They put their bicycles by my window. And then one day I came home and the kid's handlebar was inside of my window trough, where it looked like the bike had fallen over and almost like hit my window. And the landscape kid, he's like a good kid or whatever, he like doesn't pay attention properly because he's a young kid or whatever, and he weed whacks and shoots like rocks everywhere, and there's like holes in all my screens. Like when I moved here, they were brand new, bro. I used to wipe the window off, and then I got sick of it because he just shoots dust on everything. And like, I used to do landscaping with my brother, like professionally for like years, man. I worked for mass different people cutting grass. I used to cut all the hydro fields in Niagara Falls, every fucking one of them. I cut the hydro lines in St. Catharines, Welland, Toronto, and Hamilton. I cut Effingham Road and all these roads in near Font Hill, all these back roads. I cut them all. I weed whacked. I weed whacked all the fence lines. I cut all the school boards in St. Catharines. I got an award for best cut for like with the front mount and weed whacking. Okay, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. That kid literally puts his head down and scalps the grass, and he's not strong enough, and he doesn't angle it properly. And every time it hits something, it goes, because he's in a hurry, like go, 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 you know? Because my brother's like that at work. They go, go, go fast. They leave like little scary grass. They do like they don't do the things wrong. You're supposed to do like shapes when you cut grass. Most people go in like this stupid circle. And when you're turning, you leave the wheels go over it, and then when you drive way later, the grass pops back up. And then you get scary grass. I would always weed whack around everything first, and then they come with the machine, and they cut up all the long crap in the hydro fields, because we cut it once a month to get rid of the mosquitoes. I cut all the noxious weed lots. We do them with weed whackers. In the winter, I did all the hydro fields, like the lines where the stupid yellow things are in front of them, and I had to shovel the walkways and salt them. I did the Walmart in Niagara Falls for a long time, like shoveling and like salting it, like all kinds of shit. St. Mike's High School. There's a giant storage unit in my city. My brother still does all that shit. I just don't get like the guy put new screens and windows and everybody disrespected it. And like even the guy who cuts the grass for him, like the kid doesn't really try to care, like, you know. That's the way I see it, because now there's a hole in my screen. My super might think I did it because I charged my bike, right? So she might think like because I opened the screen that I pushed my finger through it. That's all. Like people just cause issue for me, right? And the kid actually hit my window before with a rock and it was like, bam! I thought it was gonna break the window. He used to weed whack my fucking tire with the weed whacker where it was like actually touching my tire. And it would leave marks on it and shit. And I'm like, bro, like you don't have to weed whack my bike, man. I don't want to be mean because he's a kid, but like, he'd actually touch it on my tire and it'd go bam and like hold it there. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, like? Because where I put my bike, it's all mud and shit. I kind of killed the grass. There's not even a point to weed whack what he was doing. It was all dirt and shit, bro. I mean, I even care about putting my bike out there. I feel like I put marks in the grass, so I try to roll different ways every day to not, like, fuck it all up. I think I kind of fixed it, like rolling the lawn, man. It used to be all bumpy. Now, like, I swear to God, because I lived here so long, and pushing my bike and stuff that it like pulled the freaking grass down. I don't know what that noise was on my phone. That was stupid. It was like burn. And see, they're not even making noise that much on my head because they're not like disrespectful to me. Those other people that lived up there, they were just like 7 different people stomping around and kids screaming and like they would yelling like Ukrainian at each other on the balcony. And the lady would go on the balcony and talk in a different language on her phone, like so loud that I could hear her from in front of like the retirement home next door. And when they got their van towed from next door, it was hilarious. The guy had like the e-brake on. And the tow truck guy just literally dragged his car out of the parking spot and left this huge burnout from his like front tires being locked. And then he just rehooked it back up to the front of the car. So I don't know why the people thought putting their e-bike on would prevent their car being towed. So I don't know if they thought I called and that was my fault. Because they did a lot of stuff to me and it's like they think they told the super I yelled at them or something. All I'm going to say, bro, is that man, when they first moved here, he screamed at me through the ceiling to shut the F up. Because he thought I was banging the wall at him or something. But he was literally just banging trim and screwing things like all day for like weeks on end. And he'd like take things apart and he'd do it right on the above my head and shit. And on top of that, his kid would roll this stupid friggin' car that belongs outside all day for like hours on end on my head. On a fucking fake wooden floor, bro. It's going woo, like it sounded like a fucking. It was driving my dog insane, bro. Like it sounded like an earthquake. My dog would like hide under the bed from it, from the sound. And the lady at the end of the hallway said she could hear the sound in their apartment and didn't know what it was. That apartment is way down far away from me, man. I can go on all day with this shit, bro. They ran up and down the hallways all the time. The kid would like yell in front of my door every day almost after like they didn't live upstairs. They started living in a different apartment that they weren't supposed to do that. This is what I was told by the super. That the lady literally moved out of where they got kicked out of and then lived down the hallway from me. So then they would just literally, every time they passed my door, they would like go and make my dog freak out. Then the kids started hanging around my door with these other girls that lived in the apartment they were in. And they would sit there and try to have conversations in like a group by my door and make weird noises and be annoying as hell and shit. And just linger in the hallway. Then the best part, they started walking down the hallway the one day and they like lined up side by side and didn't even let me pass them and the kid shoulder bumped me. And I tried to turn out of his way, man. There's a camera there too. I walked as far as I could towards the wall and these people had no respect to even like let me pass them, man. And the kid's mother was standing there and she didn't even say anything to him about bumping into me. And I'm like, oh, you could have at least let me walk by you. And she didn't even really acknowledge that I said something to her. She just gave me this dirty, stupid look. Like, they would leave garbage by her car all the time out front. They do so much shit, man. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. And my family says, let it go. I'm like, I want to sue those people. She's like, let it go. You won't get any money. Let it go. But I will get money, bro. Those people harass the living crap out of me. They used a bunch of little kids to do it. I'm poor. I had no way to move out of here. This is like the cheapest apartment in my city, I swear to God. And the superintendent was nice to me the whole time. And lately I've been mad at everybody because people are nuts around here lately. Like the people that live around here. They have no respect, man. She put this note in the door that says, don't put a rock in the door. I worked until like, I worked a 12-hour shift the other day. I was laid off for 3 weeks. I didn't want to be laid off, whatever. So some idiot put the fucking rock on the carpet when I came home. And I had these giant moon boots on, like rubber boots. And I stepped on the rock and twisted my fucking ankle. So now my ankle has this big fucking bruise on the side of it. Because somebody fucking put a rock on the carpet. And the super even put a note in the door saying not to do that. And people keep leaving a rock there. And blah, 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 man. And if I filmed the doors in this place and showed you guys, every one of them is scratched and dented. It looks like people just walk by and deliberately punch the door or scratch it all the time. And these like knocking sounds, this has been the constant of me living in this apartment. They're always renovating around me, man. They renovated beside me. They renovated like above me. They renovated across the hall. Then these people moved in. Then like they renovated a bit. Then those people that were living up there moved out. Now they're going to renovate and bang my head all the time again. And then some other asshole move in up there and drive me nuts again. So it's literally the story of my life. And then people are like, well, that guy's an idiot asshole. Well, they don't live like this. I guarantee all these people doing this to me don't go home and have somebody bang on their head for like 3 years almost, bro. And then people in the neighborhood trying to poison their dog with half joints and beer cans outside that they dump sideways in the grass and Monster energy drinks that they pour down the edge of the sidewalks. Like all these dumb little games, bro. Like I'm a crackhead or something. Because I'm not a crackhead. I'm not a goofball. I'm not mentally retarded. I don't have a disability. I work out. I exercise. I'm in better shape than half of these fat people bugging me. But it's pretty hilarious that they think I'm the joke. Why don't they go look in a mirror and look inwards to who the real fucking joke is? I just live here, bro. And it's like, how much can a man take before he gets angry at something, dude? When he feels like it's on purpose by this point. And why wouldn't I want to get a lawyer and get my money back and then pay for me to move out of the situation I'm in? I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to have someone banging on me all the time. I don't bang on people's walls in this fucking apartment. I don't bother anybody who lives here, bro. I literally get mad at garbage outside that keeps never-ending story. I get mad at some weird people who lived above me. Because they were literally weird, man. I'm not the only one that said shit about them. They were weird as hell. And the only reason I never called the cops on those people for noise complaints is because they had children up there. And I did not want to affect the lady's money or get her like arrested or something or in trouble because she probably like yelled at the police because they were crazy. So I just tried to ignore the people, man. So imagine like living somewhere for almost half a year and these people are just bothering you and bothering you. You're trying to ignore them. And they moved in for 3 weeks. I'm not even exaggerating. They moved in for 3 weeks straight. And then a week went by and then they moved somebody else in for a week straight. And the whole time they were drilling and screwing and banging and doing all this weird shit to me. So that's why I think I'm being bothered on purpose to force me to move out because I always pay my rent on time. And they don't want me to live here because people complain that I'm crazy or something. Because they get mad at garbage outside. Well, how's that crazy, bro? My dog tries to eat it. My dog can choke to death. I paid money for my dog. I love my dog. My dog is fucking like a special kind of dog. It's a Maltese Pomeranian. It was hard to find a dog like that. People don't breed those dogs all the time. It's got unique fur, bro. It's got 2 coats of fur. You know what people did to me when I moved here? My chihuahua had a heart attack outside. It was dead on the ground, bro. I started shaking it. I started crying. I'm pushing on it. All of a sudden it goes, and it like wakes up or something. I'm like, what the hell? It was literally dead out there. It fell over sideways on the ground. And it wouldn't move. Then I carried it inside. This was at like 2 o'clock in the morning after I worked. Then I thought the dog was fine. I'm rubbing on its chest. I felt like its heart beating. Then all of a sudden it laid down again and that was it. The dog started dying again. I started calling people, freaking out. Nothing was open. Then finally my mom came here at like 3:30 in the morning to go to the emergency rescue, like whatever place I could take her to for mass money. And the dog was already passed away, man. The dog was old. I had a bunch of medical problems. Anyway, I bought this dog. Some idiot in this neighborhood called animal cruelty on me. The police came here. They put a note on my door. They said, oh, he's cruel to animals. And then I got investigated. Then I had to shave all my dog's fur off so they could check for cruelty and all this crap. And like nothing happened to me, man. The lady like said it was like bullshit. Okay, they tried to take my dog away, bro. After my other dog died in front of me. So I had to try to get over that. My cousin Joey overdosed on friggin' fentanyl or crystal meth or something on May the 17th or 18th. I had some event on May 17th trying to promote kindness. I got Ghost of Maiden to come from like YouTube. He has a channel on YouTube. It's called Ghost of Maiden Cover Band or something. And I ran at the Market Square in Niagara Falls. I paid mass money. I bought all these stupid animatronics and lights and all this shit. Nobody even came to it, man. And then my cousin overdosed on drugs. My cousin Mike would not have a funeral for him for mass long. Then he has a funeral. Guess what? The funeral, my Aunt Linda, my mother's sister, died 2 years ago. They cremated her. My cousin did not have a funeral for her. My whole family got mad. He had a funeral when my cousin overdosed on drugs and buried them side by side. So see, even my family's weirdos, bro. Okay, I used to cut my Aunt Linda's grass. She had mental problems. She was scared of people. She was taking medications. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know? So people just like to do things to me, man. And the only reason they have to do work up there is because the people that lived up there probably did stupid stuff and destroyed things, man. So, you know, imagine what that guy deals with. Like the super and her son and the renovators and all the weird people. And all the times they have to argue with people and they don't want to let them in their apartment. And blah, blah, blah. It's like a bunch of crap, man. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that place should not be trashed, bro. Like, they renovated all night. It was brand new. Yeah, so like the people move in and drill holes and everything, or they like hung weird shit, or like they own it or something. I don't do that when I move in somewhere, bro. I try to hang a picture with like fucking silly putty or something. Or I won't hang a picture with a frame where I need screws, or I'll only hang like one or something. I don't even like throwing a screw in the wall. You know what I mean? Because I know when you move that you're gonna have to fix that shit. And if I did do that, I'd probably putty the holes and try to touch it up with white paint or something. Like, I don't know what to say. That's why I'm making these stupid YouTube videos. I want people to hear like how dumb people are, bro. I drive a glitter e-bike worth $300. I look like the biggest idiot in the universe, but I'm not stupid. So all day I'll drive around and people look at me like I'm a crackhead, bro, because they're the stupid ones. For real. They think because they're like they have a better job than me and a bunch of money and a nice house and like a wife and all this shit. Like, I'm just saying, women and men in general. That doesn't mean they're better than somebody, because like they can have a disgusting body and sick and have medical problems, bro, and have like a good job. Okay, they can walk around and be at like a best job and be the biggest asshole in the world, bro. Why would I want to be that person? Yeah, that was like the family above me. Yeah, they're nice to each other probably, but they're literally this family who literally just didn't give a shit about nobody around them, man. Like, I talk to my mom on my phone in here, and she acts crazy, and I get mad, and then I feel like I'm affecting other people, and I genuinely feel bad about it. Like, a lot of people aren't like that. These people that live here blow their nose and throw the snot rag by the door. And like, if you accidentally drop a snot rag and you walk by there later, wouldn't you realize you're the one that did that and pick it up out of respect for other people, man? Because like, my dog tries to eat snot rags, dude. It's gross. And then you got to look at that and think of someone's snot that they blew their nose. Then someone that works here, like a renovator person or somebody that gets paid to work here, has to pick that up. So you're affecting like so many different people from a stupid snot rag, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why like I would never have sex with someone's wife. It's the same thing as a snot rag, get it? I wouldn't throw a snot rag there. Out of respect. I wouldn't sleep with someone's wife because they're married to somebody. I wouldn't steal from you because it's not my shit. Right? I wouldn't let this guy walked his dog, this giant Great Dane. It tried to eat my dog, bro. It ran across the road at us. It bit me on my wrist. It fucking tried to bite my dog's throat twice, man. I had earphones on. By the time I realized the dog was there, it was about a foot away from my dog with its mouth wide open, lunging at its throat, bro, going, ah, like all crazy. And my dog's like, arr, arr. So I fucking try to grab my dog. And as soon as I pick her up, it hit my arm. And it bit at me. I didn't even realize it bit me at first, but it got me a bit on my wrist. And I dropped my dog again. And then it like slid on the grass, and it swung around, and by that point the man was across the road almost. And he had a little boy with him, and the little boy was like crying. And then the dog tried to get my dog again. And then I grabbed my dog, and then it was jumping up at me, trying to bite my arms. And now my dog is traumatized. I didn't sue that guy. I didn't say nothing. I said, I'm fine, bro. But it bit me. It hurt my wrist a bit. I had a bruise there. It literally almost ate my dog to death. So now my dog barks at all the big dogs around. It's scared of everybody. It used to bark like crazy at the beginning, man. Because when I bought my dog, it was 4 months old, okay? And I was working 2 jobs, and I did not want to leave the dog alone as a puppy. So I asked my mother, can you watch the dog for a month and a half or something? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll watch the dog. So I thought she was literally walking my dog down the street and all this stuff. She was literally standing in the middle of the yard and let the dog walk a circle around her. So now when I let my dog out, it tries to run circles around me. This has been going on for years, dude. I don't know what my mom did to make the dog not listen to me, but it pulls my arm off. It eats everything in the world. And then when I come inside with the dog, it's like a totally different animal, man. It doesn't even act crazy at all when it's in here. And if I try to sleep at night, the dog will not stop whining at me unless I let it sleep near me. It always wants to climb on my chest and stuff, and it's huge, bro. It's like a 20-pound dog, with these bony elbows. So if you can imagine a dog with bony elbows trying to lay on your chest, and its elbow bone keeps going in the very middle of your chest, and it wants to lay there for hours, get it? That's going to mess you up, right? So sometimes I wake up, dude, in the morning, and I have a freaking, I can't, the dog leaves a bruise on me. And if I don't let it do that, it will whine for ever. It won't stop whining at me. I just knew people were messing that apartment up there the whole time they lived up there too. Because the man literally would take something apart and screw it back together and take something apart. It was like he had a mental problem or something, bro. And the funniest story ever was there was this rat, a half brick of rat cheese. It was not rat cheese literally, but cheese, a brick of cheese outside. It was a half brick of cheese. And the day before that, there's a cameraman. That fucking guy who went in the laundry room that lived upstairs. It was their grandfather. And he creeped me out. And I don't know what was wrong with him, but he would never say hello to me or nothing. And he just had this blank stare. But anyway, my e-bike's out there, and there's a rat trap out there. And we had a rat problem here a long time ago, and she had to get an exterminator to put the rat trap out there. So the fucking guy put cheese out there. Someone did. So I assumed it was him. No one's ever put cheese out there, and those people just fucking moved here. I'm not gonna make that up about somebody. I'll take a fucking lie detector test on my fucking eyesight, bro. I will go to the cop shop. I didn't put that out there. Any of this shit I ever said on video about the fence spike and the balloons and all this shit, I didn't put that near my bike, bro. I don't know if anybody else would get creeped out if you went out to your car every day and there's garbage by it, and it's the same people doing it, and they're trying to pop your tire and do shit to you, and you don't even know the people. Get what I'm saying? I don't even know those people, bro. They moved up there. And the only thing I thought was that they owned a cab company about 15 years ago. I drove taxi. Because I'm friggin' old. I drove taxi 15 years ago in Niagara Falls. And this guy knew my father my whole life. And he owns a cab company. He used to own Niagara Falls taxis. He had plates. You can't even buy plates anymore for taxis like that. You can rent them from people for mass money. You might be able to get one for $1 million if you're lucky. But anyway, he owns plates. So he started this wheelchair company because that's the only kind of plates you could get. Was for wheelchair vans. And he had a couple of plates from Niagara Falls Taxi that he put those on cars. So anyway, we had a contract to go in the Fallsview Casino and Casino Niagara. And we could go 2 cars in each place without waiting. So it was really good when I started doing it at the beginning. I was making lots of money, man. Lots of money. More money than I ever made in my life. And I was meeting all kinds of people, and it was awesome. Then all these other assholes are like, well, we're going to start wheelchair companies. So then there had to be people waiting in lines on the road after. Then there was arguments. Those guys that lived above me, I swear to God, they look exact same as these people who owned a wheelchair van a long time ago, who hated my boss. They didn't like us. They were either Ukrainian or some either like Serbian or something. And they look just like those guys, bro. I swear to God. And I didn't clue into that until after they lived up there for a while. And they kept walking around me, and then I kept looking at them. And I'm like, yeah, those guys look really familiar to me. And I want to try to find out if that's why they're bothering me all the time. Because they literally remember me from driving taxi, and that they're like, hey, let's just fuck with this guy. Okay, I'm going to see if my lawyer thinks that's funny. If they actually are those guys. I'm going to prove all this shit, bro. People think I'm some pushover, crash out who's going to go punch him in the mouth and go to jail, bro. No. I am an adult that's grown up. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to assault people. I want people to treat me like a human being and with some like self-respect for themselves, bro. And like literally like consider that if they were living down here and I was living up there. Like, you know, like treat me like a human. How's that not worth money if these people are just harassing me and harassing me and harassing me? I lived up there. Like, don't they owe me money now? They're causing me mental problem. Half of this anger problem I have now is caused from those people. I'm so sick of people saying like, oh, you should have moved, bro. Just move. I don't want to move. How about that one? Everybody's got something to say to me. Well, just move. I don't want to move. Why don't they move? They can fucking move above me and cause a bunch of bullshit for everybody. I literally lived here and worked fucking all the time, bro, until like the last year. My job's been messing me over so bad. They sold marine land on me. I had 2 jobs at once, man. Why am I the big problem? I was never here half the time. When I first moved here, I was sick as hell, man. I almost died. It was right after COVID. I wasn't working. Cantech wasn't like hiring people. Then I had to go back to work and wear a mask all the time. It's not like I'm just living here like smoking crack and on welfare. Welfare wouldn't even give me enough money to live here on my own. Get what I'm saying? I have to work. So I don't know why those people that moved up there thought, hey, we're just going to move up here with like 4 adults in a 2-bedroom apartment. Or no, sorry, 3 adults and like 4 kids and all different schedules and totally disregard that some like middle-aged man lives down there with a little dog and works midnights and all this shit he does. And rides an e-scooter for like 35 minutes each way to work. Sometimes fucking longer. Sometimes my bike breaks and I gotta push it. Like all this shit. Those people didn't even consider nothing about what I have to do, bro. And they had the nerve to tell the super I yelled at them once. Like, what? What the fuck you want me to do? They're lucky I didn't call the police on them every fucking day. And have the cops come stand in here and listen to their shit, bro. At like midnight at 1 in the morning. Because that's literally when they would do stuff to me. I'd get off work at like 3 in the morning. And then as soon as I'd be in here for 10 minutes, the guy would start fucking being noisy as fuck on me. And then when I try to sleep, they would wake me up. It's like they were my alarm clocks, man. I'd sleep for 5 hours. The lady would be waking me up yelling at people. So I'm supposed to literally act like I'm married to them. They're part of my family now because they lived above me and they're like fucking extremely noisy. So now every time I hear little noises because of those people, I get mad a little bit. And then it's like fucking... It's like over-exaggerated on my part because those people give me brain damage. It's like literally being in jail. And all the inmates want to rape me in my butthole every day. And I'm trying to get away from them. That's literally what those people were, bro. I swear to God, bro. But those people didn't understand nothing about me. If I was in jail and I wanted to rape my bum, I'd rip their dick off, bro. I don't care if they stab me to death. I would rip the guy's dick off that tries to put his dick in my butt. That lady wanted to put her vagina in my mouth and let me lick it all day. And I don't want to lick her vagina, get it? She wanted me to notice her walk by and think she's good looking or something. That lady that lived up there repulsed the living shit out of me, man. She had the worst attitude problem. She was like mean to people. I heard her yelling at her kids all the time. And not in a nice way because she's a foreign lady and like she talked loud and that's her culture. Like yelling at him in a mean way, man. And like making her kids cry and like listening to this shit all the time. I don't want to listen to that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to listen to me and hear ranting making a YouTube video. It's annoying. But I don't do this all the time. I don't make noise all the time. I yelled the other day the F word in the hallway because I twisted my ankle and I heard it go because some asshole put a rock like a booby trap on the carpet. So because my moon boots, my rubber boots, they're so fucking huge, I didn't even see the rock there, man. So imagine that. You work 12 hours, you come home, you're tired as fuck. My e-bike brakes seized, so I had to unseize my brakes. I've been driving my bike without brakes. So I have to stop with my feet, man. So the whole way home, I was stopping with my feet. My feet hurt a little bit because I have big boots on to stop myself. And I try to be careful until I fix my fucking brake. And I'm not even lying about this. My brake don't work. And I have to work. So I have to use a bike with no brakes and go to work like that. So I didn't expect to come home and twist my ankle on some dumbass rock at like fucking 11:30 at night or something. 11 at night or whatever the fuck time it was. You know, anybody watching this, man, I really appreciate if you thumbs up and like, even if you don't like my shit, I'm trying to get watch hours. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get an extra, like, whatever income. I don't even care if it's like $5 a day from YouTube, man. I'm trying to get a passive income on top of my wages. Like, I make these stupid crosses. I order them this way. I put rhinestones on them. I stain them. I stain them after. So that's how they come in the mail. They're like cheap crosses. So a whole bag of them. Buy them by like the bag full. I make all different ones, man. They're all different colors. I try to give these to my family. They don't even want to accept them from me for free. Okay, I tried to give my nephew one of these, my brother's blood son. He works for my Uncle Mike now at a mechanic shop. He went to college, he got his licensing and all that shit. He makes good money. First I was joking with him. I said, oh, I'm here to rob you for some money. I want to sell one of these to you for $20. And I'm like, if you buy one, it's going to bless you with good luck. Because you're giving generosity to me. You're helping me because my work screwed my hours up. I'm trying to make up for not getting a paycheck for 2 weeks. I'm living like most other people in the world, bro. Like check to check, basically. I can't afford to not work for 2 weeks. I thought at least my nephew, who makes lots of money as a mechanic, who came from my brother out of my brother's body and has my blood in him, that he could at least sacrifice $20 fucking to his uncle, who loves him. But no, he wouldn't even do that. And on top of that, I tried to hand it to him for free, and he would not accept it from me. So I'm trying to explain to everybody in this video why I have an attitude problem, bro. I'm one of the kindest people. I would give someone the shirt off my back, dude. I swear to God on my life. I would literally save an old lady if she was getting stabbed. I would try to get stabbed by the guy to help her from not getting stabbed anymore. And people would not believe this shit that I said. I would. Nobody else really would do that, bro. People might try to help her and like try to hit the guy. I would put myself right in the way of the knife, dude. I would go running right at the fucker, bro. Like full speed. Someone tries to kidnap a kid in my neighborhood, I'm gonna get that motherfucker, bro. I'm not an asshole, mean person, bro. I'm not like out to get anybody. I just want to say the truth about shit. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I would never ever move in an apartment building and act the way those people acted, even if I had children, man. My nephews, I have lots of nephew and nieces, they never ever acted like those people's children. Like, those people's children are a reflection of them, bro. Like, what they teach them, like their hyperness, the way they act all crazy, the way they act all loud. Maybe that's their culture. Maybe they were born in a country where it's loud all the time like that. Like, I don't know. They didn't even respect the bylaws of don't make noise after 11. It's not like they own a fucking house. And like their neighbor, like who cares? Maybe that, like I wouldn't even care if my neighbor had a party and I lived in a house, I would barely hear them. It's like they didn't have enough respect to be like respectful to people in the apartment. The man beside them's like 85 years old or something with his wife and they're like loud as hell. And the man, I asked him one day, aren't those people driving you nuts? And he's like, no, I can't hear them, but he can't hear very well. You know what I mean? The guy would go to the store. Oh, God. Bro, the phone just fell on the ground and slammed. It's like, shut up. See, my phone is like, shut up to me, see? It doesn't want to listen to this shit. This big rant of nonsense. I sound like the fucking truther. You know, I'm the fucking truther now, fucking talking a bunch of shit out my asshole. I should make live streams about other YouTubers that are all popular, more popular than me, that make money and complain. And they literally, I watch them super chats all day, and these people bitch. They're like, oh, why'd you give me a super chat for $50? YouTube's gonna tax me on that, bro. You have to send it to my PayPal or my Cash App. What's the matter with you? Why don't you send it to my Cash App, you asshole? Like, what's wrong with these people? Like, they have fucking brain damage, bro? Why don't you turn on your Cash App and the YouTube Super Chats? Since, by the way, YouTube's going to promote your video 10 times as much if you have Super Chat enabled, because they make money. And then, Mr. fucking geniuses, why don't you stop being so greedy, and when someone gives you a Super Chat, instead of complaining and being mean to them about them being generous to you, why don't you take the tax out of each donation, so that way when you have to pay tax at the end of the year, you already have that. And then the real kind people who want to donate to your Cash App, they'll do that for you. Then you have both sources of income revenue. Okay, you get both people, like both people paying you both ways. See, I'm stuttering so you can understand me. Do you guys want me to say gay all day? Do you want me to start calling people gay? And I'll just troll in the super chat, gay? Hey, you're gay, bro. Gay means happy in the dictionary. It means to be joyful or happy. Why don't all these people go read dictionaries, Brandon? Like, learn that the word gay means to be joyful or happy. It doesn't mean homosexual. If that's the way they're referencing that word to, like, insult people. Is that why they're saying it? Because, like, YouTube can't get them in trouble for saying that word? So they're insulting homosexual people in a way they won't get in trouble for it? Why doesn't YouTube ban all those people? Why doesn't YouTube ban all the troll accounts? Ban all the people who get banned and then make new troll accounts with a different email. Why doesn't YouTube ban all those people? So then all those idiots stop getting channels on YouTube and taking out of views from people who actually care about YouTube, who actually want to make productive content about things that matter to other people. Like maybe somebody wants to paint art for somebody and teach them how to paint. All these stupid ass trolls who make dumb fucking videos about I'm going to sleep and I'm going to eat food and go in front of the camera and repulse everybody, and I'm gonna fucking do this ASMR shit for little kids and rub fucking shit on the microphone and make funky sounds and be disgusting as hell. Why don't they make a different YouTube for those weird people? Why don't they make YouTube normal again like it used to be? So now you can actually get views, bro. Instead of just a couple of thousand people getting all the views because they pay money and you're promoting them, and then all the other people in their categories of what kind of video content they make are getting pushed to the bottom of shit. Why isn't it more equal, bro? More fair? Isn't that what it is? I'm creating content. I'm sharing it with the world. I'm taking my time to create it. And you're expecting me to pay you to promote my video that I'm creating. Should you not be kind of giving me something for my time? So obviously not everybody's going to like my content. Not everybody's going to agree with the shit I say. Not everybody's going to want to watch my crap. That goes for anybody on YouTube, bro. There's people on YouTube that are crazy famous that I don't even know their name or who the hell they are. But lots of other people know them. They make mass money every day. Why can't I even get $5, YouTube? Why can't I get more watch hours? Why can't I get more views? Why can't I get more like kind of respect for being a human being who's taking time to make shorts videos? I'm crying on video about my cousin sometimes. I make dumb fart videos. I make videos about basically anything you could think of. I have 6,000 fucking shorts videos, but I'm not monetized. So on YouTube, explain that to me, bro. And I want them to get mad about this video I'm making. I'm trying to say the truth about how I feel. They want content. They want real life emotion. They want people to film themselves in real life instead of being a fake idiot. I'm trying to show the real me right now that's hurting my feelings, that I put a lot of effort into leaving comments on YouTube. I leave so many comments, bro. I leave so much positive energy on live streams for other people. I don't get nothing, bro. I've never made $5 on YouTube. I've been going on YouTube since YouTube had 100 subscribers to YouTube. Before, like, there was even channels for other people, bro. I only go on YouTube. I don't even go on TikTok. I don't go on any other websites. I try to have loyalty to YouTube. Because I thought YouTube is a very good thing. It helps a lot of people. It helps people make money. It makes them feel good. But it also does a lot of negative to people by making them falsely think they're going to get views when they're never going to get any views, bro. They can't create any good content that people want to watch. They have crappy phones. There's no quality to it, bro. And you're mixing it all together into one shitstorm of like, what the fuck is going on anymore? And if I make a God forbid video with a big Bowie knife with a 14-inch blade and a clown mask on to try to create some kind of like horror content for somebody who might like horror stuff and like acting, then all of a sudden I'm the big weirdo and YouTube doesn't want people to see that. Like a long time ago, it wasn't like that, man. A long time ago, I could make any content I wanted, as long as I put an age restriction, and that's meant for adults or whatever. What does it matter if I wear a mask and have a knife in my hand? Get it? It's like acting, bro. Does it make sense? If I wear a furry mask on camera, does that mean I'm automatically a furry? Maybe I wanted to wear a wolf mask and then just act that way. I don't want to be a furry. So YouTube's literally just become a bunch of people talking crap about each other in a negative way, and then a bunch of good people trying not to be like that mixed together into one giant shitstorm of crap. And I notice this stuff, dude. Like, these people have like 200,000 subscribers, but their live streams are getting like 40 viewers. Like, you know why that is? Because there's so many live streams now, man. Some people will live stream the wall, like I'm doing right now. Like this stupid curtain, but they'll have like nobody even talking. And they'll leave that going for 10 hours just to get watch hours. Some people will live stream a loop of something that's 10 seconds long for 12 hours. How are they allowed to do that, YouTube? That's taking away from my view counts, bro. I'm not even talking about, I'm talking like fucking hundreds of thousands of people doing this shit. That's not going to affect my view count. That's not going to affect my goal to try to help somebody in the world and leave a nice message, or leave a video that they might relate to where I'm crying about losing someone in my family and maybe making some man feel better that, yo, someone else cried because of that. Get it? That's what I see YouTube as. Maybe like showing someone this dumb cross. It's not dumb, but anyway, and like motivating them that maybe they wanted to do something like that. Maybe they could make something nice for someone in their family. It's not about making money. It's about me giving my time to be generous to people with kindness and like motivating someone to not, like, maybe there's a handicapped guy and people make fun of him and I want to leave comments on his live stream to make him happy. Get it? Why is that such a bad thing? Why doesn't YouTube want to promote my kind of shit, bro? Because I make some video where I say the F word and I look mad. I look mad sometimes. I might act mad. I'm trying to relate to other videos, bro. Like, YouTube's taking it the wrong way or something. I don't even know what to do anymore about it. I didn't think my content sucks that bad that I'm not fucking monetized by now, bro. It's kind of sad in a way that other people do this shit for longer than me, and they have less subscribers than me, and they just keep going and going and going, bro, and they just think that one day they're going to get there, bro, but they're never going to get there. So how can YouTube get away with that? They're giving people mental damage, bro. There's not any fair shit about it all whatsoever, bro. Oh, you gotta have 30 million shorts views in 6 months or you can't get monetized. So what the fuck am I giving you content for? So you can use the shit out of me, bro? Why don't they automatically put an ad on my video, regardless of the fucking view count, and then every time I get a view on it, I'm getting money, just like the ad company, and they can use all the shitty companies who don't have as much money and put their ads on my videos. I don't care. I want something, bro. This goes for like all these music things too. They don't pay me shit either, bro. So I make all this music. I go on BandLab. I play my flute. I edit the song for hours and hours. I'm not even lying, man. I fucking add effects to it. I make it sound fucking good. Then I get a license number. Then I put it on here. Nobody ever pays me shit. YouTube don't pay me for remixing my sounds. When the fuck do I get paid, bro? When are you gonna pay me? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of being the fucking little bitch that gets shit on by other people who are not as smart as me and not as nice as me and not as willing to sacrifice being kind to other people as I am. I'm really sick of it, bro. I'm sick of working for my boss who makes me work 12-hour shifts when I told her 4 years ago I don't want to work 12-hour shifts. It affects my brain in a weird way. I start getting angry. I don't like it. I want to work 8-hour shifts, bro. I have a dog at home. So what happens after 8 hours when my dog's here? I put pee pads for my dog. I still worry about it. I don't like it being alone that long. I have to drive to work too. So all this stuff goes to some kind of equality of my boss should have enough sense to some kind of compassion, empathy towards my life situation because I sacrificed to work for her. And she should care, man, about my dog, She should have some kind of fucking love towards me as a fucking person, man. That I'm not just some fucking machine. I used to shit and piss in a diaper, bro. Wham, wham, wham. My mother taught me stuff. My fucking family, my grandparents, like every other person. I don't care what color I am. Then I went to school like everybody else. I was taught right from wrong. I grew up. And I create my own circumstance and situation to an extent. But you can't just say people doing stuff to you is not going to affect you. Right? Why don't people think that way, bro? Everything you do affects everything around you. So if you walk around this is true, man. Water holds memory. And when you're breathing in oxygen and air, there's water molecules in it. So I always believe that when you're breathing in and out memory, yourself basically, and absorbing things from the environment you're in. So if you're in this negative environment all the time, you're going to be having negative bad thoughts. You're always going to be sad, depressed. You're going to be anxious. You're going to be wanting to always be doing something that has nothing to do with you to get away from yourself because you're fucking sad, You're I don't want to be like that. So if you try to literally be kind to everybody and create a positive environment around you in your whole life, basically, you should be happy. You should not be negative. You shouldn't be sad all the time. But the way I am, I try to be kind to people who are all negative all day. And they just give me negative, bro. And it's fucking draining the shit out of me by now where I'm literally mad all the time. I make these dumb rant videos. And blah, 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 man. And it don't make no sense. It's people don't want to look inside of themselves to be nice to somebody or something. They want to just always be looking for something, to go get something. My mom does it too. She says, I gotta go. I gotta go all the time. I gotta go watch my soap opera. I gotta go to your brother's. I gotta fucking go here or there. But if she started having a heart attack as she's gardening, she wouldn't be I gotta go. She'd be calling an ambulance, bro. She'd be yeah, I gotta go to the hospital, obviously. But she wouldn't be worrying about all this other shit, get it? So it's she's lost her sense of even being alive, dude. She's literally just living her life for shit that doesn't even mean nothing to her. She treats me like shit, bro. Shouldn't I mean something to her besides watching a soap opera? Even if I'm a fucking old man. I meant everything to her when I was a little baby going wham, wham, wham. She gave birth to me. And I looked at her for the first time. And she touched my cheek. And we met each other. And the energy combined. And that's my mother. And she loved me and protect me. Why does she remember that shit, bro? Now she looks at me like I'm not that person. Oh, you weren't that person. You're just some fucking grown-up now. You have to take care of yourself. And whatever happens to you is not my problem. But it is her problem, get it? Just whatever happens to her is my problem. Whatever happens to my brother is my problem. Whatever happens to any one of his children is my problem. Anybody in my family. But I don't see my brother right now, get it? He's not here. He's at work or wherever he is. That means I don't have a brother. This is how I think about shit. My mother and my father, they're dead right now. I can't see them. I don't know what they're doing. It's about me right now. I'm talking to a cell phone on YouTube, bro. This is my life right now. It's not about my mother and what the fuck she says to me about where I'm gonna work and what I'm gonna do tomorrow or what I did 10 fucking years ago or the girl I had sex with 20 years ago. That's not what my life's about. My life's not even about the girl I have sex with next week or fucking if I meet a girl or who the fuck I do shit with. My life's literally about creating positive energy for anything that I see all day and anybody I come across and trying to help other people, which is literally going to benefit my own life. But my family seems to forget that. They seem to act like, go get the best job, get the biggest paycheck, and then go to work, and then we'll talk once a week, and we'll go have Christmas dinner. And when someone gets married, you can come to the wedding, and then after the wedding, we won't see each other for 2 years. Like, how is that life, bro? That's like no unity. That's nothing. That's like antisocial bullshit with your own fucking family. Shouldn't it be like my brother had children and I see them all the time? And I see his wife all the time? And I see my mother all the time? And we work together to have something? Like we could own a farm together. We could have done anything together, bro. As like a unity, get it? Like blood unity, like loyalty. Like my word means everything. I'll fucking die for you. You're my brother. I was in the womb for you. You have the same mother as me. There's nobody more important in the world to me than my brother. Get it? He was the closest one. He came from the same stomach as me. But he's like a big dick, bro. My brother has grabbed an axe twice in my life, tried to hit me in the head with it, threatened to murder me. In front of his girlfriend and his friend, they had to hold him back because he's a drunk, alcoholic psychopath, man. He went to jail for trying to beat his girlfriend up. I've never went to jail for beating girls up. I don't beat girls up. I don't hit little kids. I don't have a kid. You know why I don't have children? When I was in grade 7 or something, I told my family in front of my grandparents, I'm never having children. I don't want them to grow up and have you guys around them because my family is weird. And they all laughed at me and they're like, you'll have kids. And I'm like, no, I'm not having kids ever, bro. And I made a point to wear protection and my girlfriend was on the pill. And then I dated this girl for a long time and I didn't wear protection. She was on the pill. And we slept together like 2 times every day. The girl's like a nymphomaniac, man, for like 7 years. Living in the same place. Living in a house, apartments, all kinds of shit. Living in a trailer with her. I was homeless with her. I lived in a motel. Like all these people bugging me in this neighborhood think I'm like fucking 25 years old that I've had no life experiences. I drove a taxi, bro, for years. Isn't that a life experience? You know how many different people I met? Do you know how many like millionaires I would drive to Toronto from the casino that would tell me stuff about life and I would listen to them because they're smart, they're millionaires. I would meet all kinds of drunk people, weird slutty girls, nice elderly people. I would have to drive handicapped people to Shaver Hospital and I'd have to strap them down in their wheelchair. I'd have to unstrap them. I'd have to wheel them into Shaver Hospital, give them to the doctor, then I'd have to come back and get them. I'd have to drive handicapped people to Sudbury one time from the casino. I drove a handicapped guy in a wheelchair to Windsor. I drove someone to Kitchener. I drove someone to Toronto. I went to Toronto like over 30 fucking times when I drove taxi with different people. I drove East Indian gangster people to Toronto. They wanted to smoke weed in my taxi. The guy just started smoking weed. I had to let him smoke weed in my taxi. He said fucking they were going to rob me, but because I let him smoke weed, they didn't rob me. I've met so many weird fucking people, bro. I had some lady get in my taxi, put her legs on the dashboard after she's making out with her husband, like came out of Fallsview Casino, and they're making out there. And I was the next one in line, and then I wanted to pull up to get them. And the fucking lady gets in, and the guy goes back in the casino, and she puts her legs on the thing, and she had no underwear on. She starts playing with herself, and starts trying to make out with me. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, like. I'm at that stupid, like, Shuki or Pookie, fucking whatever the fuck that chick's name was. What the fuck was her name from a long time ago? And she's all offended that I didn't know who she was because she's some famous girl from, like, television. And she's so fucking rude. And she's overweight and disgusting looking. And she's all like saying how I had to like respect her because who she is and all this shit. And I made her get out of my cab. I kicked her and all her friends out. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I think she knew Drake or something. This was a long time ago. I've met lots of people with money, bro. Billionaires. And now one of them gave me $5. I've worked for billionaires. I've worked for people who own fucking hotels in Niagara Falls. They're billionaires. Like families. Like they have billions of dollars, bro. I worked for Bob Gale 4 different times in my life. I did security for Bob Gale. He owns the Gale Center in Niagara Falls. I did security at the Bob Gale Center for Cantech, the company I work for. And I had to go there. It was a warming center for homeless people in the winter. And they would have the Niagara Regional Police and the OPP police would rent the rink and they'd play hockey there. And all kinds of people would rent the rink there and play hockey. And they did not want the homeless guys stealing from them out of the change rooms. So they would literally lock the change rooms, and these homeless guys didn't want to steal from them, bro. They want the fucking shower, man. And they literally make me stand outside the door and degrade the living fuck out of these people and stand there and watch them and spy on them and make sure they weren't lingering after they showered and they were allowed to get warm and then sit at a certain area, but they weren't allowed to walk around. Like, it was so stupid, man. And then Bob Gale, and he had the mayor guy there once, and had this special instructions to walk behind them on the track upstairs and make sure no one's bothering them. You know, I get paid like minimum fucking wage for this shit, bro. Do you think any of these people give me $5? They're fucking billionaires, dude. Oh, come monitor me and make sure no one does nothing or talks to me, but I'm gonna pay you jack shit. No wonder I'm an asshole like this by this point in my life, bro. I think about my life and the amount of times I got used by people. There's a nightclub, it's called Pump's Nightclub in Niagara Falls. It burned down a long time ago. There was a marijuana shop under it. They sold bongs and pipes and all kinds of shit. You see what meditation's doing to me too as well? I'm speaking about 10 times more fluently from meditating, from doing deep meditations. I used to meditate years ago, and I didn't do it. And I stopped because my mom was telling people that I'm mental for trying to meditate, bro. Anyway, it fixes your brain, okay? It gets rid of stress. It causes more peace inside. It causes you to not want to be like, anxious. It's good for you to meditate. It changes your brain. They prove this. They take x-rays of people's brains. It makes a part in your brain grow thicker. It makes you smarter, bro. Anyway, and when you talk shit like this and all this crap, people, like when you say you're smart to somebody, they'll say you're stupid or you're a maniac or you don't know what you're talking about. But I do know what I'm talking about, okay? I've had so many jobs in my life that every job I ever had fucks me over in the end. Whether they laid me off, they went bankrupt, they cut my hours, they wanted me to start working part-time, blah, blah, blah. The only time I ever had a job that was reliable was when I was like a little kid and jobs were all full-time all the time. Now everybody wants these like part-time, do part-time, work online part-time, work this job part-time. You know that's messing people up, dude, when the cost of living is so high? I can't work part-time. What do you want me to do? You guys want me to sell stuff on Amazon with 100,000 other motherfuckers trying to sell a knife like me? With the 10,000 other people selling a t-shirt like me? How am I going to sell a t-shirt? Get this bullshit I'm talking about, bro? It's information overload fucking nonsense. And then all these people run around all day, blah, 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 and their brains are going in a circle, and they're all fucking hyperactively weird, man. Because they don't meditate or nothing. My mother could never meditate in 100 years, bro. She would not be able to sit still enough for 5 minutes to make your brain adjust to be thinking about inside of yourself instead of like everything around you, like the fucking shit you own and the fucking shit happened to you at work yesterday and some fucking person trying to hurt you. My mom's brain just goes to everything besides her. So how's she ever going to be productive to anything in her life if she's always thinking about everything that's not her? It's not about like thinking about her and like I'm the best and I'm the greatest. That's the whole point of this. All she says is I. But there is no I when you're searching everywhere for fucking yourself, when you're running around, I gotta go to your brother's, I gotta watch the soap opera, I gotta buy the new cell phone, I gotta fix the brakes on my car. Like, she doesn't have to do any of that shit, bro. When your brakes fixed, you just go fix them. You don't say, I have to go fix them. You go fix them. My mom will say I have to fix my brakes for like a long time and then go fix them, and she'll stress about it. And when they break, she'll be like, oh my God, my brakes broke. Well, brakes break. They wear out over time. People wear out over time. My body is dying every day. I am getting older every day. My skin tissue is wrinkling every day. My blood is starting to circulate slower. My heart rate is starting to slow down as I'm aging. Everything's starting to change, bro. So again, how is everything going to stay the same? This is how my mom's gone to funerals for her parents, her sister, but for some reason she thinks that's not going to happen to her one day. So again, why would you want to walk around all day being negative and stressing out about materialistic life bullshit when it doesn't mean anything, man? Right? The thing that means most is trying to help other people to not be sad, to not project sad energies, to not like make some little kids see something bad all day, like walking to school and see some homeless crackhead with a fucking needle in his ankle. That's real life. It's not like fucking, oh, we can't fix the fentanyl crystal meth pandemic. There's too many of them. Every man in my city could walk down where these crazy people are and grab them all by their ears and throw them in a fucking camp somewhere for drug addicts. Buy them a nice piece of land and let them live there together. I don't want to look at them. I don't want my 10-year-old nephew scared of them. I don't want my mother scared of some man at the stoplight standing there with his cardboard sign who's high out of his mind trying to get money to buy drugs. It's making me want to puke on these people, bro. And I have to go to work all day, and my grandfather raised me in this city, and we never had this problem before. And I was raised in this city, bro. My grandfather's a janitor at the fucking armories on Victoria Avenue. He was in the military his entire life. He was a janitor for over 20 years there. I used to go there where they shoot the fucking guns in the basement. He would give me the empty 22 rifle shells as a fucking thing, a collectible to collect them. And blah, 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 because I was a little boy and I thought it was cool. And he never did one mean thing to me. He never called me a name in my whole life. He's the only person in my whole life who never did anything bad to me. I swear to God, bro. And that was my mother's grandfather. Now I drive by that armory. There's like 8 crackheads on the fucking front of it with a camera pointing at them, leaving garbage, doing drugs, spitting. I want to go kick their fucking teeth out of their fucking head, man. But I will go to jail. Oh, because they're sick drug addicts. It's not their fault. What about the little kid that sees those people, bro? Is it their fault when they scar in his eyes? When they're scaring him and his mother when they're waiting for the bus? And the weirdo's walking around all high and he's like, you have $1, lady? Why is this happening, bro? I used to do security at Market Square, and these fucking people would be sitting waiting for the bus with their kids, and the weirdos are like fucking scaring them all, man. They're walking around like I was just doing. I'm not even that noise I'm making. That's what they do. They go, and then they crap by the door where the city guy goes to work. And the police don't even arrest them, man. When I was working in the summer, I called the police. They don't even show up to help me, dude, as a security guard. And they call me back like 45 minutes later. Oh, is the guy still chasing you? Do you need us to come still? Because I have to make a non-emergency call, you know, because he didn't attack me yet. And I don't want to hold up the 911 because they have like 30 calls at once now. It's so much shit going on in my city. The cop told me this shit. They cannot keep up with the amount of shit going on, man. So they have to literally let the drug addict zombified people wander around and destroy my city, bro. And they break glass bottles everywhere. And when I'm riding my e-bike, I have to go to work. And I don't know how many times I had flat tires, like, from fucking that shit. They throw nails on the roads. Obviously, some of it's from the garbage company. Like, it bounces out, it's an accident. But, like, I watch weirdos. They walk around and they bust bottles everywhere. They're crazy out of their fucking mind, dude. Okay, what about the animals in my city? What about the dogs people walk? Don't you care if it steps on broken glass? Don't you care if a dog steps on a heroin needle? Don't you care if a little kid like plays with a heroin needle, bro? Because some fucking weirdo left it sitting there? I had this city guy tell me I'm not allowed to pick up heroin needles at Market Square because there's a union there, and it's up to this union of the cleaning crew people to get that. And they would leave the needles sitting there for a week because they were refusing to touch it because they were complaining that the police don't ever do anything about it. See, it's this big arguments between stupid idiots, bro. Instead of just going and picking up the needle, and then when the guy comes to shoot needle up, kick his fucking teeth out. And say, yo, don't sit here and do that ever again, bro. Get out of here. And then sit some cop on that box where they wanted to do their drugs all day for months on end when I had to want to puke on them. And they're not going to do drugs if the cop's sitting on the fucking thing they want to do drugs on. They would go in Laura Secord Cemetery and do heroin. It's a historical cemetery in my city from the War of 1812. And I would go there for my lunch. And then all of a sudden they're camping in there. They have a tent. They're pitching a tent. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And the guy's all like, oh, what do you mean, man? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm like, the high school comes here with students for fucking event to talk about the history of the cemetery. And you're disrespecting all the people who fought in the war and died and shit. I'm like, this place is historical. I'm like, you're leaving fucking needles in here. And then maybe like a week later, they weren't in there anymore because the cops started going there. Because I kept going there at my lunch and yelling at people in there, all the weirdos. Because I don't give a fuck, bro. If one of those weirdos had to come up to me, I would have took my radio, it's this giant ghetto blaster, and I would have beat him over the head with it. I would take this thermos right here, this giant metal thermos, if a weirdo fentanyl addict comes up trying to smash his face off until his face is missing. I swear to God, bro. That's not illegal to defend my life. Because those crazy druggies will kill people. People think this is a joke because they didn't do it yet. Every day I come home from work, there's about 5 more of them over there in my city. So you know what happens? It becomes so many of them that they start infighting, and then it becomes they hurting each other. Then what happens? They start hurting other people in the city. Then you get more gangs. Then you get gang wars over drug territory because there's so many zombified drug addicts to sell drugs to now that there's an opportunity for drug addicts to move in and ruin the society in the city I live in. And then you get gun violence. Then you get more knife crimes. It all works together, get it? They should literally be getting rid of the drug people, man, that are high everywhere. Right? Like the blue demon, bro. Like that fentanyl is the blue demon. It killed my cousin. My cousin died from fentanyl. If people think I'm making this video as a joke, he was younger than me. He died, bro. You know where he died? He died at his father's... I'm not lying about this for my family. I'm telling this to everybody. I don't care, bro. My cousin died at Value Muffler in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. He overdosed on fentanyl. He died in a metal container bin that his father was letting him live in by himself, bro. That is drugs. This is why I hate fentanyl. This is why I hate all those assholes over there. I hate them. I want them to die. Does that make me a bad person? If they don't want to get help, and they don't want to literally get rid of those people and let them go be high out of everybody's face, what is the point of having my city, bro? What is the point of allowing those people to endanger elderly people and people who are weak and that they can prey off of, and maybe they're high one day and they want to rob somebody? What right does the city have to do that to people, bro? Get what I'm saying? Because the guy didn't do it yet? The guy's like a ticking time bomb of disaster, bro. All those people over there. Every fucking one of them. And the saddest part of all is there's women over there who should never ever have to live that way. Living by themselves. Freezing. Scared. Rotten ass teeth, bro. Look like a skeleton with like scabs hanging off. And people make fun of them, bro. I watched some lady tripping out when I was at work. And there's like 30 people at the bus stop. They're all like these men. And like blah blah blah. And they were making fun of her and laughing at her.
because she was standing over by where a cemetery was going on and freaking out all the cemetery people going into where the thing was going to be. And she was all high, and the one preacher guy was trying to help her to not be standing there and to go away. And I told them all these people laughing at her to go fuck themselves with my security guard coat on. I said, fuck you, bro. Why don't you get a life? I'm like, that's a fucking woman over there, and you're a fucking man, and you're making fun of someone who's a protector of all life in the world, bro. Like, fucking creates babies. Like, mother. And they just look at me like I'm crazy, stupid idiot for saying that to them. That lady literally needs to be arrested and put in the mental institution and fed some fucking food, man. Even if she doesn't want to go there, bro. They need to literally come grab that lady and take her there. She can't even fucking write, probably. She doesn't even know how to talk. She has no teeth left. She's like dying. She's like the Walking Dead, bro. And the city thinks that's not insulting to show that to little children and elderly people who don't even know nothing about that drug. Some little old lady, you know, who's all happy about life, walking down the sidewalk, runs into something like that, bro. Why don't people care, man? Because it's not affecting them? Because they're not the drug addict lady dying? Because they're not that lady? But they are that fucking lady, dude. That lady's a reflection of society. That lady's a reflection of nobody giving a fuck, bro, about anybody. That lady's a reflection of people saying to me, oh, money isn't everything, Jimmy. Oh, love is everything. Kindness, generosity. Oh, make sure you're nice to everybody. But nobody really does that. Or that lady would not be living like that, bro. There'd be no kid in the world that starves to death. There's people who go on YouTube and they make these stupid gluttony videos and they go, ugh, and they slurp the food and they repulse me. And there's people starving in the world, bro. And there's some like 80-pound Asian lady shoving her face with the most gross looking food I've ever seen. And she gets like 2,000 thumbs up. And all these people laughing about it. Like, it ain't funny, bro. Why does she fucking not do that and feed people who are fucking gonna die from not eating, man? Why don't they grow food everywhere so people don't starve to death? Why don't people do things that matter, bro? Why don't people do things that actually make a difference to making the world more positive and better, instead of building robots and saying, yo, we're going to build this new awesome robot, and then we're going to make this TV show where they box each other and cause violence and show everybody what's going to happen in the future soon when they all start attacking everybody. Because that's literally the truth, bro. They make new shit to hurt people. Get it? They make drones to hurt people. They don't make drones to help things. They do in a way, kind of, to like, yeah, they use them to look at roofs and to do surveys and to make cool videos. But a lot of times they're used to do bad stuff. And they glorify that shit. And they sit there and they blow up old Russian soldiers unarmed. And people laugh at them on YouTube. And they think that's funny. That was a human, bro. That was somebody's father or related to somebody. That's literally some guy who's probably been in the Russian army for like 40 years. He's like 60-something years old. They lie the living shit out of the guy. They get him to wander out into death fucking lands, okay? And then they use these new drones to do real life research on people, bro, to test technology on fucking humans. And then all these people make videos and think this is funny. It's not funny. They use all those people to kill them on purpose because they're old. They can't fight wars with new technologies. They're trained a long time ago. They're outdated Russian soldiers. You think Ukrainians winning the war by blowing up unarmed like 65-year-old Russians, walking with crutches, and driving motorcycles from 1995, and driving tanks that nobody cares about anymore, bro? They blow those tanks up with $100 fucking drone, $500 drone. You know what I'm saying? That's all that war is. That war is a joke. The war is over now. It's a peace. Get it? They're not going to do that no more. They did the research. They did the development. They fucking tested all the drones. They proved that drones destroy all the old $1 million tanks, all the old fucking expensive jets, all the old bullshit, bro. So now you know what happens, everybody? Now they rebuild all those blown up countries. All the ones like Europe, all the fucked up places, okay? They rebuild them all. They rebuild them all with 5G, 6G technologies in all the buildings. They update it all. They create work for the societies. And they make every part of the world more like America and Canada and not fucking third world countries with weird ass shit going on in them. That is the whole reason of the whole war over there. All those countries are old. They're outdated. There's no infrastructure. All the fucking water lines are rotted out. All the buildings are dilapidated, falling the fuck over. This is what happens when everybody lives for themselves, bro. And they're just talking shit. Like, yo, it's all about love. It's all peace and love. It's not all peace and love, or I wouldn't be suffering ever. Get it? Nobody be suffering, dude. The only time you'd suffer is when you break your arm by accident or get hit by a car or fucking die one day. You'd be suffering from fucking thinking about a war's gonna happen and come fucking ruin your country. And then they're gonna flood my country with fucking immigrant people who are crazy, bro. Not even nice immigrant people who go through immigration and want to work for a living and they're like nice. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. They just flood country and leave them there. And then they just cause shit. And then that country of people gets mad and they cause conflict. Get it? Just because they want to fuck those countries up and make this whole world where we're all the same. And then one day it's like electronic currency is all the same for the whole part of the world because all the societies are equal. Because that's literally what's happening, dude. Because then once all the societies equal out, like you have to have electronic money. Because all the money is going to be the same. There won't be any more like currency exchange rates and all that shit. It'll be the same currency. Everything will cost the same around the world for something. Get it? They'll try to open the borders. They'll try to say there's no reason for immigration anymore. The whole world is multicultural now. Everybody's mixed together now, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing to the world. That's not a bad thing. But you can't do it by letting like 5,000 illegal immigrant criminals into fucking Canada, and then 5,000 in Europe, and then 10 or 20,000 in England, and then expect that's not going to do anything bad, bro? Do you know how much bad shit one crazy person can do? Does that make sense to anybody? Like, once you have all those people in the country, what's going to happen next, bro? Do they just, like, live in the country and not want to cause trouble when they came here and they're a murderer or something? Okay, I'm saying some of these people are murderers, dude. They murder, like, mass people. They don't care about life. They don't care about robbing someone's grandma and shooting her in the back of the head to get, like, $500. They don't care about driving by you and stealing your phone. They have no morals, you know? And then our governments let all these people move here, and then when you say something about it, they're like, you're a racist. What do you mean? I'm not a racist at all, bro. I wouldn't illegally go to another country if there's a war in my country, and then start stealing from people. I would stay in my own fucking country. Get it? If someone raids Canada, bro, I'm gonna fucking just stay here and start fighting people. What do you want me to do? Be a fucking bitch? Like, sell out? Like, yo, they're fighting. I'm gonna leave this country and I'm gonna go cause shit in someone else's country because my country's fucked up. No, you're supposed to fix your country, bro. Right? You're supposed to, if you want to live in my country, yeah, come immigrate here, like, through immigration. Get a job here. Learn about my culture. Don't try to move here and make me, like, believe in fucking Islam. And if I don't want to believe in Islam, then you're going to fucking cut my head off. And if I want to believe in Christianity, you're going to say I'm some evil saint worshiper and want to murder me. Like, what is wrong with people, some people? Nobody has any right to tell me what to believe in. How about that? Get it? No one's going to come to my country and be like, yo, bro, you better believe in this or else I'm going to do something to you. Well, then fucking do something to me. Because I would never in my life make fun of someone's religious beliefs. I wouldn't try to promote religion on other people. I wouldn't go around with a Bible yelling and screaming at people that if they don't do this in the Bible, they're going to hell. And all this stuff all these weird people do everywhere. This all goes back to my original point about the YouTube content creators and why YouTube allows content creators to go on there and preach all this hate crap about religious beliefs and how other religions are crappy and this and that. Why don't they not let them do that, man? It's literally like the biggest waste of space on the internet. That's literally why half the wars start. It's over religious beliefs of crap, man. Get it? How is my belief about God or like any of this other stuff going to do anything to the world if I make you believe what I said? You could just say, yeah, I agree with you because you're sick of listening to me and you're just lying to me and you don't even believe me. So why do people even argue about it? You're never going to see inside another person's mind, bro. You're only going to see what someone tells you back. And someone could literally lie to you and look like they're not lying at all. You're never going to know. So why even worry about that shit? Get it? That all takes out of time doing productive, positive things to put positive energy into the world. Like a projection of kindness, compassion, empathy, unity, peace, love, everlasting light, energy inside of somebody. Like when fucking egg gets fertilized, there's a spark. So that spark when the egg gets fertilized, they watch this under like microscopes and shit. It sparks, bro. And people are saying it's a bullshit lie. It's probably not a lie. Okay, people think they literally just like the god of the earth, like, yo, I'm gonna shit and piss in my diaper, and my family's gonna raise me to believe in a religion, okay? And then when I grow up, I'm gonna self-project this belief onto other humans, and if they don't want to believe that, I'm gonna be mean to them and threaten hell on them, or threaten to hurt them. Like, how is that helping anything, bro? That's literally just projecting your belief in something onto other people who don't want to believe in what the fuck you believe in. Why not just believe in what you believe in and be kind to everybody no matter what they believe in, as long as they're not hurting another person and they're not trying to like make somebody have less than them and trying to use someone to benefit themselves while the other person gets way less and you're taking away from them. Why don't people try to live that way? And they'd probably find that everybody would have a lot more and be a lot happier. There'd definitely be less crime in the world if everybody just lived the way I just said. It's not like you can't live that way, bro.